Hi, I'm Jennifer and I'm so happy you're here because today we're going to be making 5 easy chocolate covered candies. These Christmas candies are so easy and they only take a few minutes. You can make all of them or just the ones of your choice. Before we get started with these super easy Christmas candies, be sure to like and subscribe. It is time to make some peppermint bark. This peppermint bark candy is so easy to make. All you need are just 1 to 2 types of different chocolate chips or wafers, some little decorations, and some peppermint extract. It only takes minutes to put together. I have all of my simple ingredients set out and ready to go. I have a half a teaspoon of peppermint extract, which will be a 1/4 teaspoon for each bowl of chocolate. I have white chocolate chips and I have some dark chocolate chips, about a half a cup each, some little sprinkles to put on top, and a hot pad for my hot bowl when it comes out of the microwave. Of course, I'll need a couple of Christmas spatulas to put this together. I have a cutting board here ready to go with wax paper on top and an offset spatula to smooth out my chocolate. We are going to put our chocolate chips in the microwave first. We're going to put them in for 30 seconds. It has been 30 seconds in the microwave. I'm going to stir my chocolate chips. We don't want to leave these in too long because they'll burn, so we don't want to do more than 30 seconds at a time. I'll get these stirred around so that everything can start melting together. And be careful, the bowl will most likely be very hot. Okay, that's the best we can do now to get these stirred together. I'm going to put them back in for another 30 seconds. I just took them out after another 30 seconds and you can see that it's nice and smooth and creamy and shiny. And now we're going to add a 1/4 of a teaspoon of the peppermint extract to the chocolate. And work quickly because you want to get this all done and ready before it starts to set up. It smells wonderful. Okay, and now that that's mixed up, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to use a hot glove because it's kind of hot. We're going to go ahead and pour this right on to our wax paper. Now once you get it all scooped out onto the wax paper, just go ahead and start smoothing it out. I usually make a really nice rectangle. You can just use one kind of chocolate. You can use one color, maybe white, or you can even get green chips or red chips at Hobby Lobby or at any baking store. Okay, that should do. Now off to the refrigerator to chill. I have chilled the dark chocolate and now it's time to get on to the white chocolate. I've melted the white chips for 30 seconds. I'll stir them around and put them back in for another 30 seconds. I put the white chips in for another 30 seconds. Now I'll get them mixed up. I'm going to add in the other 1/4 teaspoon of our extract. Okay, our chocolate's all mixed up and now it's time to pour it over the top of our dark chocolate. I'm going to use a glove because the bowl is really hot. Now that we have our white chocolate all melted and we have our extract in it, I'm just going to brush it right over the top. Our peppermint bark candy is ready. I'll put it in the freezer and get it nice and cold. When the peppermint bark is all set, it's time to break it into some nice, big, beautiful pieces. Now that we have our peppermint bark done, let's get moving along to the rest of our candies. I have everything set out and I'm ready to go, putting these other candies together. Once again, I have a tray lined with wax paper. I'll set this aside to put all of our candies on once we prepare them. It is time to make some chocolate covered graham crackers. I have about 1.5 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'll put these in the microwave for 30 seconds. I just took our chocolate chips out of the microwave. They were in for 30 seconds and they're just starting to melt. We only want to put them in for 30-second increments because if not, we could scald or burn the chocolate chips and we don't want to do that. Okay, once you get them stirred around, put them back in for another 30 seconds. I've taken the chocolate chips out for a second time, so they have been in a total of 60 seconds. And remember, the bowl will be hot. So just keep turning it around, stirring it. Give it a really nice stir. And as you stir, even if the chips don't look melted, they'll start melting even more. As you can see, as you're stirring, the chocolate chips will get smooth and creamy, and then you know you're ready to start dipping. I'm going to start off by dipping these graham crackers in the semi-sweet melted chocolate chips. You could use any kind of chocolate you'd like. You can even use melting chips from the craft store. We'll be using some of those in just a little bit on our last candy project. Just take your forks and scoop off the extra. Forks are the best thing to use for this because you can drain the excess chocolate right off on the side of the bowl. And once you do that, it's time to place it on the tray lined with the wax paper. And once we do that, we want to decorate it right away. While the chocolate's nice and melted is the best time to add all of your little sprinkles or decorations, because then they'll stick nicely in the chocolate. It is time to make some chocolate covered marshmallows. Now let's move on to one of my favorite things of the holiday season, chocolate covered marshmallows. I'm just going to take my second fork. This is a nice big marshmallow, but you could use smaller marshmallows of any kind. You could even use mini marshmallows. I'll scrape the extra off the bottom. Let's put some different sprinkles on top of this big chocolate covered marshmallow. It is time to make some chocolate covered peanuts. Now moving on, once we have all of our chocolate used for our marshmallows, our graham crackers, everything like that, we're going to take our chocolate that's left over in the bowl and we're going to make another homemade Christmas candy. This is going to be chocolate covered peanuts. Now just pour in however much you think you need. You can lightly stir them in. You don't want to toss them harshly, and see how many peanuts you'll need with the excess amount of chocolate that you have left over. This is a great way to use up that chocolate without wasting it. And these are red skin peanuts. This is what's traditionally used to make chocolate covered peanuts. You can mix them in and see if you have a lot of chocolate that isn't full of peanuts. If so, just add in some more. There we have it. That was so easy. This is the easiest candy we have. Now I'm going to take a nice little scoop. This is a small scoop and I have some tiny little foil cups here. I'm just going to take a little scoop of these chocolate covered peanuts and drop them right in. And what's really great about these, you can even freeze all of these treats that I'm making today. You can put them in a nice secure zip top bag or a sealed container and just put them in the refrigerator. If you want to save them for a little bit longer, you can easily put them in the freezer and freeze all of these treats. I love things I can make ahead, and that way I'm not rushing around during the Christmas season trying to get everything done at the last minute. I'll get this tray to the refrigerator and get on with making more candies. And now it's time to make some frosty chocolate covered pretzels. For our next recipe, we're going to use these candy melting wafers. These are white and they're a vanilla flavor. We're also going to be using some crispy pretzel rods. We're going to be decorating these pretzel sticks with wonderful thick, coarse sugar sprinkle crystals. These will go on so nicely, and on the white sticks, they'll look like large icicles. I'm going to put these melting chips in to melt in the microwave for 30 seconds. It's been 30 seconds and I have the little melting chips. I'm just going to stir these up. They'll start to soften after the first 30 seconds, and then we'll put them back in just like with the semi-sweet little chocolate chips. We'll put these back in for another 30 seconds and heat them again. Then we'll take them out and stir them and they should be ready. After 30 more seconds, I've taken the little melting disc out and I'm going to get them all stirred up. Now remember, your bowl will be very hot, so use caution. I like to keep a hot pad underneath. That way I can quickly and efficiently spin the bowl right around as I'm stirring. The chocolate is all ready. It's melted and nice and smooth and creamy. I'm going to take this chocolate and pour it in the end of this casserole dish. This is just a technique I came up with that makes it so much easier. Now what I'm going to do is take the pretzel rod and I'm just going to dip it in the white chocolate and turn it around. I'll pick it up and just turn it so that any extra chocolate on the end is incorporated. I'll put it on the tray and then I'm just going to sprinkle on these big white sugar crystals. And as you can see, that looks just like frozen snow. Make sure you put the sprinkles on right away before the chocolate starts to set up. And if you'd like the chocolate to cover more of the pretzel on up all the way, you can just put more chocolate in the casserole dish and spread it out. When you get down to the end, you can just take a spoon and you can just drizzle the chocolate right on up. Just pull it on up there and spread it right out. That way you don't have any chocolate going to waste. And once you do that, just turn the pretzel to drip off all of the excess. I'll get these in the refrigerator to set up. And here are 5 wonderful, super easy, delicious Christmas candies. They turned out so nice and colorful. I cannot wait for my friends to come over this evening after we've gone out to look at all the Christmas lights. It'll be a wonderful tray to share with friends. I am so glad you were here. I had so much fun putting these wonderful, super easy Christmas candies together. I hope you give these a try and realize just how easy and beautiful they can be. They're perfect for gift giving or sharing with your holiday company and family. I would be so happy if you hit the like button and subscribe. Merry Christmas!